my tongue. Cannabella Tonic Sessions. There you go, it's like a tongue twister. I love it.
Have you ever smoked a joint while painting Nefertiti? Imagine a spot that has bumping music, THC infused ice cream, live painting instruction, and a curation of New York's most established weed vendors. Puff and Paint is a pop-up event that's one of the many kinds of events put together by the masterminds behind New York's Cannabis Freedom Festival. The 3-day-long Cannabis Scene Fest is the first of its kind in the city. It includes hundreds of vendors, artists, and counterpreneurs. What you're seeing here is Puff and Paint, one of the many satellite events hosted by the collective. This event in particular is live painting instruction guided by Woken Arts, a New York artist duo that's done pop-up live art events for the past 5 years all over the city. Thanks to the internet, I connected with Dezo and May, the two founders of the New York Cannabis Freedom Festival, and had the opportunity to chat with them about their journey. Why do you do this?
Honestly, I am a lush for weed, and I just want to share that with the world.
Why do you do this, Dezo?
Well, one is for the love of growing, because I love to grow different types of cannabis, genetics and stuff. And then the fact that my home state, after being on the run for 20 years growing all over the world, it's great to be able to come home and to be able to grow. And as you see here, we're growing and we're painting and stuff. But it's the opportunity for people to get plants and seeds and clones and share an experience of not only smoking and finding different weeds, but just knowing the genetics, the earth, the autonomy of a weed from its inception as a seed to the final bud that you smoke. That's very important. So that's what we want to bring. Our motto at Buttermilk 420 Farms, we grow to help you grow.
I am here with Dezo and May, the two founders of the New York Cannabis Freedom Festival. I'm sitting with the two masterminds that have been making moves in New York's cannabis scene since 2019.
That's right.
So Dezo, tell me, how come you got started?
One was because I was living in DC at the time, and they were only at the second National Cannabis Freedom Festival. And for the life of me, I thought about how in New York, they have nothing close to that because they are so fearful of even having recreational cannabis. So when it came time, when we was talking in 2019, I was telling people 2-3 years before, this just gonna happen. They was like, So finally it did, right? And a month and a half before our event this year, we got the actual go-ahead from the governor, Cuomo.
New York City has had the presence and influence of weed probably since New York has been in existence. The state has faced issues and opposition throughout the years trying to stop the distribution of the green plant. Law enforcement haven't been able to even make a dent in operations. This is because New Yorkers are relentless. OG New Yorkers that have been in the game for countless years have their system on lock, and they believe in their cause. In March 2021, former Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a bill into law legalizing recreational weed. This was a huge turning point. The legalization opened the floodgates for cannabis connoisseurs to hit the streets, and people from all over the state started setting up shop as well as began creating the scene for New York's cannabis movement. What I predict in the near future is more events like Puff and Paint. We'll start seeing cannabis lounges, tastings, THC infused bakeries, restaurants, growing classes. The ideas are endless, and we'll probably see it all in New York. The cannabis scene in New York is on its way to being legendary because it's a place infamously known for its unique concepts and creativity. The people in the city have character, individuality, and it reflects in all the cool shit that you find in the city. Tell me about the different kinds of events that you guys do, because there's a Freedom Festival, there's Puff and Paint.
Oh my gosh, we have We have so much stuff. We do literally all kinds of events. We do puff and pay, which we're at tonight. We have done speed dating, karaoke. Yeah, 420 speed dating. So you know how hard it is to find a mate, boy or girl.
Stoner mate.
Yeah, you know, one that smokes and it never works. That non-stoner and the stoner, they be saying it works. No, it's yes. So you know that 420 event is the biggest one we do. It's gonna be huge this year, and we also have, what else we have coming up?
Well, we did the Juneteenth, which was going on. I've had 3 grow classes. We got another one coming up November 20th. We're also going to do a puff and paint. We're going to have karaoke, and we're going to have Woken Arts again. And I'm going to teach a grow class. So if you want to be interested and get the grow workshop, I'm giving away clones and stuff again. That'll be November 20th, next week, Saturday. We don't have the time, but it will be in Brooklyn because this one is in Queens. And y'all just gonna come out. You just look on the net, check us out on Instagram. You'll find us, the website or Instagram.
Yep. And stay tuned because I'm going to be having a baking and infusing class so you can probably learn how to infuse your edibles. I also make oils so that, you know, oils and butters actually, so if you want to make your own stuff, but I'll teach you how to infuse it so you know how to properly microdose it and calculate the dosage.
She can show you how to make moon class.
Describe to the audience, what are people going through?
Well,
right now we got a few of the top shelf vendors in New York. We got New Jersey High, K&A Delights, Cannalush, of course, I'm here. B-Milk, of course, he's there. Space Taste is in the back as well.
And we got Pictured Memories. They in the house. They got shows and wares. They got stuff going to be hanging up there in a second, so y'all can come and check it out.
Yeah. So okay. So what advice would you give to someone who's looking to start doing business in New York?
Consult with us. Buttermilk420farms.com or nycff.com.
You can also hit them up on Instagram, Buttermilk Farms 420, Cannalush 420 also. But I would actually tell somebody who's trying to get into this business is think about not what you want to do, but what the people out there would like to do, what they're about, because it's not always what you want and what you think is the coolest thing around, but you got to see what's hip to the people around you. And anytime you include weed and anything, that's just so much better. So, you know, you can do anything. Just network with the right people. Networking is a very important key. You have to network.
You have to network and go out to events like this.
Yeah, come out, support, show some love, take a little inspiration of all the other events that you see, and then, you know.
All right, and this is my last question, and we're going to wrap up here. So what's next for you guys?
What's next?
Well, we got
bigger and better things.
Well, we got next week the grow. We're doing another puff and paint. Plus, we're going to add some other things to it. Our host, Jalissa, is going to be there doing some stuff with us. And the main thing is being prepared for the early registration coming up December 21st for the 420 interactive video. This year is going to be bigger than all. We expect between 2,000 to 3,000 guests in 2020. 2022, sorry.
All right, well, we're out, guys.
I connected with countless cannabis connoisseurs at Puff and Paint that I will be tagging in the comments for you guys to check out. I got to see some of the most exotic and well-designed flower. I saw the whole spectrum of colors from purple to blonde. Each vendor also distinguishes themselves with the kind of packaging they use. You see a lot of street art, cartoons, and a bunch of other elaborate designs. The edibles are a whole other story that I will be making a video on soon. There's so much innovation, drive, and ambition behind weed because number one, it always thrives, and number two, there's infinite space for creativity. So the possibilities really are endless. Share this video with someone who would be delighted to know about the New York cannabis scene in the comments below. What kind of cannabis related pop-ups do you think will start surfacing in New York?